Hello and welcome to the Neutral Table. I'm Brax,
Bang.
Hey, Sirius.
Fabian.
and today we're bringing a new segment to the table called Trial by Table. In this, we'll take our favorite game from a video franchise and we'll try and defend it against our peers. How we do this is we start with an opening statement explaining our game, then we'll take time to each try and shred each other in the cross-examination portion, then we'll get to defend our game, and finally, we'll have closing statements explaining why our game is the best. At the end of this, it will be up to you, the viewers, to decide who won that week's Trial by Table. Today, Bang will be starting us off.
Alright, so I had Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, and I have 4 simple points that'll make you decide my game is clearly the best. Partners. They have their own motivations. They're all interesting, and they bring character to Mario where Mario doesn't have that much character in general. Chapters and arcs. Although they're not perfect, they're pretty close. This game takes risks, and they pay off. Overall feel. There's a lot of mystery that shrouds this game. You have a real game progression with power-ups and stars and different things like that. And there's depth to the RPG and battle system. And last but not least, music. All these games have great music, but I believe mine is the best.
Alright, and for my game, I am taking the obvious best choice, that is Mario Odyssey. This game is the most recent in the Mario franchise, and I will show you, and my fellow peers here, why its music, level design, character, choice, and overall feel makes it superior to its competitors.
And I had Mario Galaxy, the better game out of all these right here. Not only is it the first game to just introduce like the whole galaxy mechanic to a already good platformer, but the amazing worlds on there, the different worlds too, they're just so unique. Boss battles are pretty different, not just 3-hit, you're done. And the power-ups.
I have Mario Sunshine, the best game out of all the Mario games. Why? Because 64 was pretty close, but this is 64 on drugs. It has the levels. The flood mechanic is amazing. The music, just the beach setting in general feels like a legit vacation for the player. Not just Mario, but for the player. That's all I have for that.
So I think you guys can now start to roast my game.
All right. Who wants to start?
Right? I'm just going to go around the
Shall
table.
I start? Well, where to begin with the Thousand Year Door? Let's start with the fact that it's not a main video game. Where would Mario be without Mario 64 or Super Mario Bros? Nowhere. That's where Mario came from. And so Nintendo decides, alright, we'll make a spin-off series. We'll make an RPG element to our games because we need those. And we're going to use Mario in order to do that. And so then it does a decent job at creating an RPG feel in a Mario universe. But is it in its own right a fantastic RPG that beats others? No. Is it a fantastic RPG that makes it worthy to be the best Mario game out of everything? No. And I also have stats to prove this, one of which is the fact that it is currently the game with the least selling copies compared to its competitors at the table. Not only that, but its music is not that memorable except for a select few tracks. It does not have that much replayability. And, finally, it's just not a main Mario. There's no jumping, no hopping. It's just mainly fighting an RPG in a lackluster way. Fabian?
I mean, to just build upon what you said, it is not a main franchise game in the Mario series. It's just an RPG. And if anything, it's pretty easy and pretty straightforward. It's just no diversity. Like, is there even a point to leveling up in that game? Like, you're just going to beat the boss regardless. Like, there's no grinding. It's not your typical RPG. It's not even your typical Mario game. It's a decent game.
Anything else you'd like to say about it?
I don't know. I mean, this game, like, what has it done for the Mario franchise as a whole? Like, I know, like, even, like, the other games are, like, you know, they bring something to the table for the Mario. This one is, like, it's just a spin-off. And, yeah, I mean, I just can't really say much about it. It's just a spin-off. I can't even compare it to my game or
Fair enough.
just a Mario game. Yeah.
Jesus?
You're not a main game. That's the big point. Sorry. You're just not. At least my other competitors are. You're a spin-off to a spin-off. And that's being Mario RPG. People wanted Mario RPG, but they got you. And now you're the sequel of the thing they hated. Also, you're pretty easy. You're, like, a 4-year-old can beat it. I think I was like... I forgot. I was in middle school. But I beat it. I didn't even read. I just pressed A. That's all I did. I didn't even time my attacks. Oh, cool. The music's alright, whatever, but compared to mine, ain't got nothing. Again, you're an RPG. You're not... I don't consider you a Mario game. You're just something that has Mario. That's all you are, dude. I'm sorry.
Sweet. All right, so for my defense, starting with Brax, you guys all talked about how it was a spin-off. Yet this game is so beloved that people are so disappointed when it went to shit. And the reason for that is because no one dislikes it. It's a great game. It's the best RPG in the Mario series by far. Mario RPG is a great game. The first Paper Mario, great game. But it does not compare to the perfection of this game. Like I said before, it's probably because of partners. Least sales because it's a spin-off. Duh. You guys talk about the game being easy. All of these games are easy. It's a Mario game. They're all easy, and you know it. I think this one's probably more difficult than half your games. At least. Maybe Sunshine. Maybe. Galaxy's a walk in the park. Odyssey's simple. Babies could beat it. It is the best RPG. The easy stuff, it's kind of dumb. There is depth. I did write down, because I already knew someone was going to say the game was linear. Here's what I got for you. It's linear in the best way possible. And it's linear. It's a 2D game that has more depth than Mario Galaxy. It has a hub world that blows yours out of the water. Do you understand that?
I do not. Go on.
It has so much to offer in terms of powering up not only you, but your partners. Star power-ups, star pieces. There's so much hidden in the game that you can access more as you get partners. A couple more points for you guys. It takes chances, and that's something your games don't do. All of your games are 64 spin-offs. All of them are collectathons. This, you talk about how it's a spin-off. It is. It is a spin-off, but it's great. It's unique. This game takes chances. You could make movies out of chapters of this game. Peach and Bowser sections, underappreciated. You love playing as Bowser. You waited to play as Bowser. You can play as Bowser. Peach, she adds character to... She makes Tech's death sad. You're sad because a computer died, because the game puts time into making you build a relationship with a computer. The combat, there you have stylish that you can pull off in between your hits. You can, there's multiple defensive options. You can hit a great, you can hit an ice. You choose the depth of the game. So even if it is easy, you can make it more difficult. The gameplay stays fresh and the enemies are awesome. There's 100 trials. Did I mention that? Some other things. 3 chapters I want to talk about, just real quick. Of Glitz and Glory. Usually most people's favorite. Has the best partner. Has the mystery of X that you find out to be Grubba later. You really feel good about leveling up and becoming the champion. Do you not? Some 2 other chapters. You have the Key to Pirates, 3 Days of Excess. All of them make you feel like you're on a train and an island. It makes it feel like you're there. You're living there. You feel like it's an adventure. 3 Days of Access, best mystery. Almost as good as Chapter 4. For the Pig the Bell Tolls. Now, this chapter goes both ways for a lot of people, but it's the biggest risk this game takes, and it pays off. You could make an entire movie off of it. You could. The boss fight is awesome. Your partners betray you, and you have to come back and fight your own partners that you powered up. And depending on how much you powered them up, is how much they fight you. That's how much the depth this game has from 2004. You become a vigilante during Chapter 4. There's a lot of other great chapters that I couldn't get to during this time, but that is my defense. I rest my case.
All right.
I think we're going on to roasting Brax's game.
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
All right.
You
So
wanna
for
start
Mario
that?
Odyssey,
First of all, we have to let him introduce his game.
what's your game, Brax?
It's Mario Odyssey.
It's Mario Odyssey.
There you go.
It is the weakest of all the stories. Of all the games here, you have the weakest story. The hat mechanic, it gets old quick. It gets old, Brax. And you're talking about how, and I know you're going to say it, the game has 52 or 59 possible characters. They're all kind of boring. My 8 or 9 blow it out of the water by a mile. It's too much open space. I just feel like there's so much wasted in the game. You talk about how mine's 2D, but it's just like there's so much there. There's no missing, like there's no space that's not used. It feels like Sunshine with better graphics, which you think 15 years down the line would add something, but it doesn't. It makes good, however, it needs to go beyond. It needs to take risks, and that is something it doesn't do. Fabian?
All right, well, let me get started with this one. This is the most linear Mario platformer, and the saddest thing about it is that it's the most recent one. How do you go from Galaxy 2 to this? Just back to the basics. First level is pretty, like you said, a lot of open space. So I'm like, cool, we're just gonna we're gonna be okay with this. But then as the game progresses, it's like you start realizing it's just more of the same. The way you collect the stars, more of the same. The objective of the game is not even there. Like, cool, you rescued the princess. There was nothing to do after that, unless you just want to collect all the extra little suits, which are not even hard to get. You literally just play the game. You can just play the game and you get free, like, stars and keep going and keep going. Yeah, no, the hat mechanic was a wasted mechanic in my opinion. There was really nothing to it. You know, you start with the frog and then it shows you the mechanic. And then it's like, cool, there's nothing to it. Like, the dinosaur was alright. But it's like, you only use it for a small section to get one thing in this big empty space. And yeah, no, it's like, feels like a watered down Mario 64. And just big expansion of nothing.
Alright. Jesus?
Your game could have been something, dude. It really could have. But it had everything, like, where it didn't, like, when you grab the moon, it doesn't feel the same because those moons are everywhere. You literally get a moon by sitting next to some guy. What is that? It's not even hard. I can get a moon for being here. Like, are you kidding me? Like, at least in Sunshine, you would have to work for it. Here, you don't work for anything. You can just, oh, look at that, it's a moon, and then you keep going. Yeah, again, graphics, you try to look really pretty, but I don't care about graphics. I want to see more, like, better levels, which I didn't get. I got better levels out of Sunshine in the mystery levels. Like, that's so sad. Bowser and Peach like, the story, Bowser and Peach getting married. I don't care. Who cares? It's a wedding. Who cares? Like, Pauline was alright. At least you got that. But other than that, all your other worlds felt like we can't just rely on one world. We need other worlds. And they feel so empty. And, like, I don't know, I just hate it. Your best world was the one with Dragon, and that was only, like, one little moon. That was your best level. That sucks. Cappy, it does get boring after a while. It's just, like, cool, an extra jump. Nice. I like that you go into other, like, creatures, but Flood's the best partner you can get.
Your defense?
Alright. Well, this is pretty easy. You already kind of fought each other for some stuff. So in terms of wasted space, according to Jesus, we don't have wasted space because literally everywhere you go, you get something for it. It's like, oh, I wonder if sitting next to this guy does something. Oh my word, it does. No story. Since when are there stories in Mario games? Unless you get a specific RPG that's trying to tack on a story, this story is pretty much the same. Mario gets locked up in jail. Oh no. Now you have to go save the princess. This one, princess gets stolen, you have to go save her. Princess gets stolen, you have to go save her. Same concept. Princess, stolen, save her.
It's more complicated.
A little bit more complicated, but not by much. Hat gets old. Hat adds some of the best speedrunning mechanics we can ask for and makes for some of the most diverse level design that you can get. You get motion controls in the best ways you can for this, and you don't necessarily need them, but it adds depth to how you can play the game. Characters are pointless. That's like saying a power-up is pointless, like a fire flower is pointless, or a boo or a bee, or just having flood. And like, you don't even have that many power-ups anyway. So like, in terms of playability, it gives you many different ways to explore the world and enjoy it. It is a better Sunshine, Christian. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that, because it is. What? You have a
He
game...
did not say that.
I said it was with better graphics. I did not say it was better. In fact, I said it was the same.
It says it's the same with better graphics, which means it's better overall. So, yours over there,
Yes?
I don't even know where to begin, sir.
Mhm.
You have a game where specifically people try to not play your game the right way, where it's like, they hate Flood. Everyone hates Flood for Sunshine, when that's a big thing that gets brought up. Some people try and play specifically avoiding that. Over here, you're like, oh, I hate the hat mechanic, it gets old. What mechanic does Mario Galaxy offer that others don't? It uses a gravity option, and that's about it. And a little second jump, and that's all. You have better music in this game, you have more levels in this game. Everything is just more here. Like, you like Mario, you want more to do? Here it is. I could go for the fact that this has the most sales out of all these games with 15.3 million. and that's only within 2 years of its launch. That's nuts. So clearly the world agrees with me on this. And in terms of main story, because you guys were like, this is most linear, you can beat this game in 12 hours and still have 30 hours left over at least, if not 40 or 50 if you wanted to, which means the world's your oyster. You can go as far as you want, you can skip worlds, you can do whatever, and that's what I like about this game.
All right, well, time for me to talk about the best Mario game.
After I roast you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, forgot you were there.
So
You're not
for starters, it's a mediocre hub world. Probably the worst out of all of these. It's boring. There's nothing there. It's plain. It's boring. There's little action. It's carried by its atmosphere. You put 64 in space. Congratulations. That's just like all your game is. It takes minimal risks, and it's basically the same type of platforming as I was saying before. There's no sense in meaningful progression. It's just kind of the same stuff. I get a star. I go see Rosalina. The star gets put in the thing. That's it. Then I just have to keep running around this boring hub world. I have no stake in it. I rescue Peach. Nice mix-up. Like, that's every game. It just doesn't make me want to do it. Feels like a chore after a while. The Wiimote. Oh my god, buddy. You picked a game with the Wiimote as the main controller. Awful. Mario movement is plain. It's too basic. And the depth is fake, because there's no depth to your game, buddy. Brax?
Yeah, I have to agree with my co-host here. Your game doesn't have much going in terms of story. You have to go to a side spot where you listen to a whining Luma for half of it on why you should care, and it has to try and make you care a lot. And then you're still like, I really was just here to play Mario. And so then, what kind of extra mechanics does yours offer at the end? It offers the same level, but now it's going to add something really annoying and make you hate life trying to play. Where it's like, 100 purple coins on Luigi or whatever. Like, no one wants to do this, but you have to. And then, in order to fully beat your game, you have to beat it twice. Twice with worse mechanics on the second half. And then you get offered one more extra little level, and that's it. That's it. And it's not giving much. I'm sorry, Fabian. Jesus?
Your game ruined my childhood. Yeah, I was looking forward to something way better since we just got out of Sunshine. But no, you take the sandbox material that they use there, and you put we're just doing missions now, and you're gonna be linear, and you can't explore whatever you see over there or whatever you see over there. You're gonna go linear because that's what we want you to do. Another one, the hub world. The hub world is awful. I hate that song. It's burned into me. I hate it. Going back to Rosalina just so she can be like, oh, Luigi's here. Oh, look, the Toads are here. I don't care. Can I just go back to my game? Again, when you're finishing the game, but you get the best power-up, but only for one mission. And you can only use it in the hub world after. Why do I want to use it in the hub world? Again, the purple coins, dumb. And the fact that you have to do it on every single galaxy is so annoying. Yeah, I just hate your game.
All right, Fabian.
Wow. So you guys called my game linear when it has the most worlds out of probably all of these. And all the tasks you go and do are so different compared to Odyssey's tasks, which are literally the same. It's just like the same washed up thing, like hit the ground here. Yeah, no, you don't have that. To get a quote unquote moon over here, you don't have to hit the ground. No, you have to go through a challenge. The reason you guys hate the purple coins is because it's challenging. You know, you get frustrated. You guys not like a challenge? Isn't that what we play video games in the first place? Might as well just go watch a movie for entertainment. Anyways, like I already said, it's the most challenging, but you don't need that challenge to complete the game. You can also just get the satisfaction of beating the game and go back and do that challenge. That's called replay value. A lot of these games don't have that, which they do, but they're pretty plain. On top of that, you keep saying the mechanics are not good. You get a third jump with the spin. You get different power-ups. Like, we saw Mario turn into a Boo here, and like, come on, man. That's so different. The bee. The ice. Like, you can walk on water, you can ice and bounce off. So many good power-ups. Way better than whatever Cappy or Flood brought in there. Probably better than your partners over there with your 1,000-year door pick. Yeah, no, so
All right.
the rest of my case.
Jesus. It's time for Sunshine to go on trial.
Bring it.
It's very interesting that you were the one that brought up coins. I find that interesting. I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah,
Your game has robotic side characters. There's no one I really care about, and they're all pretty surface level. especially the enemies. Probably the buggiest of all the games. Swimming doesn't feel like swimming, it feels like drowning. The story mode is more cheesy than it is charming. You see my game, it has a charming story. Yours is just cheesy and doesn't get to the point. It didn't quite have that feel-good feeling that mine did. I feel like in terms of story, mine perfected everything you were looking for in your cheesy 64 remake. Perfect example is the lily pad ride. It punishes players for small errors. You bring up coins. I want to get coins. I miss one coin, and I'm ruined. You talk about challenge. That's not challenging. It's punishing me huge for something small. There's Balloon Festival, same thing. Your game is just rinse and repeat of the same stuff over and over and over again. And you act original, but you're not. You are literally a 64 remake that was made a little bit buggier. Brax?
And the reason it was buggier is because of Flood. Let's be honest. Like, we all turn items off here, but Sunshine's like, let's turn on the items and see how that works. No, it relies on a mechanic that's just not that good. It's like, oh, I enjoy Mario for the platformer. Oh, now we're going to get rid of that with some little handicaps. That's not that fun. We can talk about coins and glitchy level design. Let's talk about, okay, you finally get a Mario game without Flood, and then the game glitches on you. Those chucksters in those levels, it's like, oh, where's this guy going to go? Middle of nowhere. You're just gone. And it's like, oh, was that my fault? No, that's the game, bud. That's the game.
Should have angled it better.
See, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't explain itself well. It could have been more, but then it's like, no, we're just going to throw Mario 64 on a beach, give him some water. Let's talk about Yoshi for a little bit. Yoshi isn't even Yoshi in that game. He dies to water. Since when is that a thing? And like, you don't even get him for the entire amount because he has a timer. Since when is that a thing with Yoshi? They're like, oh, we're just going to throw it on there because he needs food or something. Yeah, that's it. Like, what the heck were they doing with that? Just hindering itself, hamstringing itself. And then like the voice acting at the end, we don't even need to talk about that. That shoots herself in the foot right there with Mama Peach.
Well, I mean, a lot of things have already been said, but I think what they're trying to get to, and the biggest problem with the glitchy game that is Mario Sunshine, is the camera. That camera is like, part of it is Flood, but that camera has a mind of its own. You know, you're in there, you're doing your business, you're doing some 3D platformer, but this camera just keeps getting in the way. On top of that, the Flood mechanic was so unnecessary. They just wanted a gimmick in the game, so it was like, yeah, let's just give him a water jetpack. You know, Luigi had a vacuum as a jetpack. Let's give him a water gun as one. Like, come on, dude. Like, no. The other thing is power-ups. There's none. I don't consider Flood to be a power-up. There is no power-ups outside of a Mario game, which should have power-up. That's what Mario's known for. On top of that, come on, dude. You're cleaning the city. That's like the objective. That's like, yeah, I'm gonna get out of jail. Yeah, let's just clean. Like, no.
Your game's community service.
Yeah, it's community service at its finest.
And one level specifically with that, with Stingrays. Another hated level. Now defend.
Okay, well, first of all, Mario Sunshine is not a wannabe 64. It's a better 64. It's what I think. Nothing gets better than Mario Sunshine. You guys are roasting Flood when Flood is the best thing about this game. And sure, when you don't have Flood in those mysterious levels, it feels like you're Goku in like the gravity machine. And when you're out, you're like, oh, I can do these type of jumps now. I can do a spin jump. It adds way more movement option than any of your games. You're not even a main series, so I can't even read it. You won't understand movement, sorry. But it adds a lot more movement than yours. Cappy, Luma, wow, man.
Don't forget the B.
Again, the thing about Mario Sunshine that I love the most is that the hub world is the best because you get to see like stuff in the background. You're like, huh, I wonder what that is. And you will get there eventually. And that's what I love. You get to see stuff. You get to be like, oh, I see the park over there. I wonder if I'll ever get there. And you do. The story, I think, is amazing. It starts with Mario and Peach basically going on their honeymoon, right? And then they land here, and they're like, oh, what's going on? A Shadow Mario. So they blame everything on Mario. Mario goes to jail. When does Mario go to jail? Nowhere else. Not your game, even though you say you have a lot more story.
He goes to it in the first Paper Mario.
Anyways, Mario goes to jail. He has a trial. He has to clean the city. All right, cool. He's cool with it. You know, it shows how Mario is like, you know what? Whatever. I can take it. He's cool like that. And then baby Bowser comes out, and you were making fun of Mama Peach. I think that was sick, dude. It kind of explains, is this why Bowser's kidnapping Peach? Hey, you gotta take care of your kids, maybe, you know? I love that. And it was like a whole mystery. It's like, is he? Is he? Or is he lying? Like, you never know. And the cutscenes are amazing. You cannot say the cutscenes are not amazing. They're amazing. When Shadow's like just standing on the pole and it opens. It looked like he was Jesus for a moment. You know, it was so cool. There has a lot of replay value, even after you finish the game, because you can go back to all the levels and redo the missions. You can fight Peter Piranha for the 50th time if you want.
I don't want.
But can you fight your bosses again? No. Once your bosses die, they're dead. My bosses keep coming back.
I keep fighting Shadow Peach.
Anyways, yeah, this game's amazing. It actually feels like you're in a vacation. Yoshi, dude, if your Yoshi is dying because you're not eating fruits, you suck. I'm sorry. And the fact that you're crying about the lily pad thing, it's like you're just not skillful as a player. I'm sorry. Just because my game is not as easy as your game, you can't roast it on that. Your game's easy too. Yours is like super easy. Mine takes skill. Why do you think people speedrun this the most? There's a reason for that. Other than that, this game is great. I love it. And yeah, dude, like, it's literally the best. People still play this to this day. And the glitches are helping out too. Like, yeah, it's glitchy, but like, it's glitchy in a good way. I don't think other games do that.
Melee.
Melee was thrown out on the table.
Go on. Go on.
So I think we're going to start closing statements now.
statements.
So I will start that again because my game's the best. So of course I go first.
The spin-off.
Talking about movement, you guys have been talking a lot about movement. I want to say that all my partners add more options than any of your jump mechanics. Overall charm. My game has funny dialogue, lovable characters, and it's an amazing adventure that you want to play again and again. It's a game you keep revisiting. It's unlike any others. You guys are literally playing into my strength by saying it's different. It is different, and that's what makes it so special. The other three are platformers and collectors. Bravo. I'll play Banjo and Kazooie if I want to play one of those. Even today, this game has a lot to offer. Like I said, you come back to this game, it's 2D, it was made in 2004, and people still love it and come back to it and play it. Nintendo took a chance on a game with weird chapters, depth, and it paid off to near perfection. If you haven't listened to the music, go listen to it, play this game, and try not to get attached to the characters and the story. Brax?
Alright. So first of all, I'd like to just point out that currently for speed running purposes, the current active speedrunners for each community is Paper Mario 2, Mario Galaxy 26, Mario Sunshine 46, Mario Odyssey 165. So, first of all, I just wanted to get that clarified. Now, why is Odyssey overall a great game? When you first load up, it's amazing. You just get dropped on this world, and it's like, what's going on? You find a friend, and then the next world, you're dropped into freaking Jurassic Park. The music hits. We all know that feeling if you've played the game. You see the waterfall, you're like, wow, what is this game? And that's the feeling you get with every level that you show up to. And then you go back, and then you're like, I want to play this game again. Guess what? There are so many moons in that game that every time you come back, there's always another one. There's always something to do for you because Mario Odyssey is the home that you've always been looking for in a Mario game. You can take it with you on the Switch, which is its own overall competitive advantage, but it was just a little too unfair to throw that at the early part. Fabian.
Well, the reason my game's the best is because not only did it take a chance by putting Mario in the Galaxy, but it made it work. The whole physics of the game are just amazing. It differs from Sunshine, which is literally just a port of Mario 64. They're like, yeah, let's just put Mario in the water park. And then they took a step down with Odyssey, just like, oh yeah, now we're just Banjo-Kazooie Mario 64. No. My game is unique. It has unique levels, unique physics, and everything just adds something to it. Just power-ups add up, and everything's just different about it. Can't even talk about 1,000-Year Door when it comes to just game mechanics and physics, because it's not even a platformer. It's not even a Mario game.
It's paper.
On top of that, my game was the only game to receive a sequel, a direct sequel, because it was just so beloved. I rest my case.
Well, the reason Mario Sunshine is the best out of all of these, first of all, it's the oldest game, and it's still the best. That's, like, sad to think about. They're not getting it right, and it looks like they'll never get it right. Spin-offs are, well, it just won't compete, you know? Spin-offs are spin-offs. The thing about Mario Sunshine that makes it so amazing is the flood mechanic. It makes you want to clean in a way, if that's weird, just to get more coins. The blue coins are a challenge as well, so that's why it's amazing. It's better than Moons, with sitting on benches with people. And just the stars overall. Sure, it has, 8 worlds? Sure, it's a little less than most of these. But those worlds are jam-packed with stuff. The missions are unique. The bosses are unique. Even the Piantas are like, whoa, look at these guys. And when they show up in another game, they're like, whoa, there they are. I want to play Sunshine again. It just feels amazing. Even the music, you're just so calm. Feels like you're on vacation all the time.
All right. Well, that about wraps things up here for today's Trial by Table. Now it's up to you, the viewers, to decide who won. Please comment down below, and we'll let you know next week.
And while you comment, drop us a like. Share. Let the world know what you guys think about this Mario game.
And let us know what you'd like to see next on Trial by Table.
Thank you, guys.